Hi Pisces, thank you for joining me. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome to I Am Destiny Calling Tarot. Pisces, this is going to be your weekly reading, which is going to cover the time frame of April the 5th through April 11th, 2020. Alright guys, we're going to do a general read here for the Pisces collective. So if you're noticing things not resonating with you, it simply means those particular messages were not meant for you, and that's okay. Dates as well, guys, they really are just general guidelines here in the read. So you might notice things happening a few days, weeks before and after these dates. It's perfectly normal. We're all on a different part of our journey, and this is very general. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is feeling well. I hope everyone is taking care of each other during this time. I think it's really important to note that it's going to be so important to take care of ourselves first and foremost, so that we can fill our own cup to be helpful then to others in need. Also, I think it's really important that we focus not only on our physical health, but our mental, our emotional, and our spiritual health as well. For sure, we're going to want to do everything we can during this point in time to make sure that we are trying to get as much sleep as we can, so that we are at our best, but not too much sleep that we're oversleeping. You know, there's that fine balance. We want to make sure that we're drinking lots of fresh waters and getting vitamin D from the sun and moving our body each day, whether that be mildly or moderately. We need to make sure that we're stretching our muscles. And these are things that we're going to need to tell ourselves continually on a daily basis as we're going through this chaos at this time. I know that the physical aspect is definitely on everyone's mind during this point in time, trying to keep your immune system up in order to be able to fight off any possible diseases coming your way. Excuse me. But it's also going to be so important that you're focusing on your mental health. So make sure that you're keeping your brain working in the sense that I just found out that the school boards here are officially making it the end of the school year, and our kids will not be going back to school for the remainder of this grade. So it's going to be really important for them and for us as well to make sure that we are keeping up with our mental exercises and activities. It can be really easy to kind of slack off and get lazy and really not maintain that as the times of chaos are happening. It's preoccupying our mind. One thing I will say as far as mental health goes, it's going to be important not to watch the news 24/7. Absolutely going to want to, get up in the morning, educate ourselves on what the updates are. Certainly a responsible thing to do. And then we're going to want to kind of turn that off until maybe, later after supper in the evening. We need to have a break from it, right? We don't want it to consume our every breath. It is also quite important. I understand that seniors are vulnerable during, like, that age group really is more so at risk during this time. It's going to be really important as well for seniors to make sure that they are focusing on their mental activity. Crossword puzzles are a really great thing for them to focus on. And the reason being, during that specific age timeline in their life, they're more susceptible to things like dementia and Alzheimer's. So it's going to be really, really important to make sure that that's a focus there. It's going to be really, really important to keep in touch with your family, with your friends, with people who are close to you and you're not in physical contact with during this time. We are very fortunate to have access to the internet, which is likely going to help quite significantly with that if you're FaceTiming or Skyping, even if it's just a phone call, emails. It's important to keep in contact. Once this is said and done, and this too shall pass, we definitely are going to be experiencing some pretty drastic social issues and potential mental health issues. So let's kind of keep that in our focus right now and do what we can in this moment in time, right? And of course, spiritually, this is an absolute time of reflection for everyone on the planet on a very, very, very large scale. We are being tested to the max at this point as far as our faith. And we really need to find ways to kind of go within, allow ourselves to feel that calm and peace within, really find comfort in this self-reflection mode and period that we're going to be going through over the next little while. I can go on and on about this. I'm going to cut it short right here. We'll get into the reading. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself at this time, and if you do feel that you are perhaps scared or concerned that you're not doing well on a mental health level, please reach out to someone. There are phone lines that you can call. Please, please, please reach out. I know how difficult and brave you have to be able to do that in a vulnerable position, but there are so many people who are willing to help, and they want to help you. They want you to contact them. So please do that if necessary. All right, guys, so let's get started with your read. We're going to take a few deep breaths and kind of get our energies into focus here, Pisces. That's going to allow us to release all of the toxic, yucky vibes. Just let it all go. Visualize it, just releasing it from your system. As you breathe out, it gets further and further away from you. Okay, we're going to take another deep breath. All right, so that's going to bring all of the positive, yummy, juicy vibes our way. We're pulling them into our energy field. Just visualize yourself making a little bubble around yourself, just a positive white light, feeling protected from all of the exterior events going on. Let's just still our mind. Let's just calm the racing thoughts. Take a moment to say goodbye to every single thought passing in your mind. Try to hear nothing in between your thoughts. Those are the spaces where you'll find peace. Those are the spaces where you will allow the divine to speak with you. All right, Pisces. I ask that spirit guides, the divine, assist us today in selecting our cards for Pisces. Spirit, what messages did you want to have come forward for the Pisces collective? And this is going to be to cover the time frame of April the 5th through April 11th, 2020. Spirit, what messages did you want to have come forward for Pisces? These are your cards, guys. Let's have a look. All right, we're going to send the inspirational messages are going to go over here. I also put in an extra blessing for you today. So let's put that there. We'll do that at the end. We're going to take a look at the energy oracle cards. So these cards are going to provide us with the overall energies here for the entire reading today. Your first card says, root chakra, I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. This is a really big message, guys. And I think intuitively, deep down, Pisces, you do know this and you feel it. There are moments in time where absolutely the fear creeps in, and it's that ego side of us that's really trying to keep us in the selfish mindset or the worried, fearful mindset. This is not something we want to pay attention to. We don't want to feed into it. I do sense that you are very much in the know that you are protected, you will be taken care of, you are doing everything possible and everything in your power during this time to take care of yourself and the others around you. So with that being said, you know there's no point in thinking about the unknown. You are trusting at this time that things will come to you in the order that they need to come to you at perfect divine timing. So you're really setting that example for so many others who really are really noticing how you are able to have such a strong faith in humanity, really. Isn't that a beautiful picture? So this is all about the physical, right? So this is, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's all about, you know, the things you can do on a physical level. We're all doing it. We're staying inside. We're not socializing in large groups. We're doing what we can. That's what matters. We can't focus on the stuff that we can't control. Next card. It says Crystal Yellow Dragon opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. So during this time, you know that physically you're doing what you can on a physical level to take care of yourself and your loved ones. So you're at this point really making your spirituality likely a focus here. This is something that is necessary for everyone, whether it be your religious life, or your spiritual life. Really focusing on this during this time is needed, because we do all need to go into this self-reflective mode. This is forcing us to do something we should have done long ago. We are at this point. We have to deal with it. It is our reality. Once we are accepting of that reality, we can then find ways to not be fearful of this reality. And we can really truly find a way through spirituality, I believe, to focus on this too shall pass. Personally, I'm trying to make some form of a plan for myself. Once this is all said and done, life will need to continue. God forbid it continues for a majority of, people on this planet. So let's focus. Focus, that's the key word. Let's place our focus on the future. Let's not place our focus on a virus. That is not going to be helpful. So let's put our focus on the future. Let's visualize things that we see for ourselves in the future. Hey, even if at this point, in order to give yourself a few moments of peace and calmness in your mind, if you can visualize yourself on a beach in Hawaii, sitting there soaking up the rays, you know, having a nice cold drink, listening to the sound of the beach. If you can close your eyes and allow yourself that special time for yourself, you're actually developing a really great skill towards the co-creation and manifestation processes that you're going to want to take advantage of in the future, for sure. So let's get excited about the future. Let's find things that are really going to keep us moving from day to day, knowing that we have that long-term goal to work towards, okay? The last card here, which is our Oracle card, it says confident. You confuse confidence with ego. I think I just talked about ego, so I think this is coming up as a really big sign here. It says, this is no shame. There is no shame in confidence. It's about knowing who you are and what you want. Most importantly, having the courage to stand in your own power. Excuse me. Again, this is pretty much what I just discussed with you, and it's coming out again, so it must be a really big message. So it's going to be so important, and you're going to be the example for others to not be living from a place of ego. Living from a place of ego would be people who are selfish and stockpiling toilet paper. This is your ego who is fighting because you're in fear. We need to focus, not focus on the fear. We need to focus on the possibilities, right? Possibilities that are going to come forth for us in the future. You need to have a dream. We need to be dreaming at this time. I know everything feels surreal and like it's not really happening. For some people, you haven't really accepted the reality of things. But we do. We need to continue to dream. We need to continue to have a dream for ourselves. I don't know about you, but I want my focus to be happy, optimistic, positive. Yes, it can be realistic, but I don't want to make my mind a prison cell, a place where I don't feel that I want to be. I want my mind to be happy, healthy, positive, all of these things in harmony. I don't want to live in a place of fear in my mind. To me, that is worse than physically being locked in a prison. So really take that to heart. That's a really big message here. All right. We have 8 of Wands as your first card. Look at the bottom, guys, where it says travel. I am sensing absolutely during this time, it's not very likely that you're going to be going on any great distances, long trips. I'm going to assume that in this particular reading, what this is relating to is likely you have astral travel that is happening quite a bit in the night when you're sleeping. Likely don't remember it. Some people who are quite experienced in it may actually remember parts of things as they wake up. Some people might be talking in their sleep. Some people might be sleepwalking. You know, we're all different individuals, and we all have our own little quirks in the way we handle things, but likely there will be a lot of astral travel during this time. So this is, again, focusing on the spiritual aspect of things. 3 of Swords. As you can see at the bottom of the card, it says heartache. Pisces, you are incredible. You have the biggest heart in the entire world. You have such a beautiful, positive soul, and you truly do feel deeply for others who are going through a difficult, hard time. And at this point, it may actually be yourself and seeing others around you going through a difficult time. So it's really likely impacting you on a very deep level because of who you are at your core. It's going to be so, so, so important for you to make sure that your emotions are a priority, that you are taking care of filling your own cup first as far as emotions go. You're going to want to connect with people who you can pour your heart out to, and if need be, if there's someone in your immediate circle, have that person that can you can kind of have a shoulder to cry on. Get those emotions out. Make sure as well that you're not focusing on living in one particular emotion for too long. Understand that life is meant to be lived. Life is not meant to be stuck in one particular emotion. We are human. We have a broad range of emotions, so let's experience all of them. All right, Four of Pentacles. This one says security, guys. So this is telling me, and it should be a really good omen for you, Pisces, that, again, you have security on a physical level. You are doing what you can. You're doing what you're being told to do. You're taking precautions. You're taking care of your health. This is a really a second indication here that on the physical plane, things are going to work out for you. Yes, absolutely. Security on a financial matter is it's pretty dire for a lot of people during this time frame. That cannot be ignored. This will not be ignored. There will be programs available for assistance. You know, we're kind of living day to day at the moment. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. But things are going to it's going to take a while, but we are going to have a new world and new possibilities in the future. So we really, it's hard to see that when you're in the eye of the storm, but this too shall pass. So if you're able to, during this time, make a plan, make a financial plan, for yourself and figure out what it is that you can do to either upgrade your skills, maybe during this time of reflection, if you wanted to have a half an hour a day even, to read specific material, to prepare yourself for a new skill set once this is said and done. These are things that we can do today. And the things that we're doing today are planting seeds for our future. All right, next card, Seven of Pentacles. It says potential, and I think I just mentioned everything about the Seven of Pentacles here, doing things as far as what potential we will have in the future. We need to change our thought process right now, especially on a global, conscious, unity, world collective. We need to get out of a fear mindset. We need to get into a possibilities mindset. And you know this. You are very tuned in when it comes to that. So you have two major arcana here. This is the star card. It's one major arcana here in your reading. This is all about you thinking what you want to think. This is about you being an individual with your own thoughts, feelings, and opinions. This is about you not necessarily needing to agree with the whole. This is you having the ability to not people please during these times. This is all about you really following your intuition. If you feel that there are things that you do not agree with during this time, this is all about you really thinking what it is that you want to think, not what others are trying to impose upon you. And this is a really, it's a major arcana card, so this is going to be very, very important during these times for you, Pisces. All right, next card, Seven of Swords. Again, this is a second indication of non-conformity, living life on your own terms without people-pleasing. This is exactly what this card means. It's all about independence. Take responsibility for yourself. Take responsibility for your own actions. Take responsibility for your life, for your feelings, for your thoughts, for your beliefs. If everyone would take responsibility for themselves, we would not necessarily be in this position that we are in today. This is something that is happening on a global scale to allow us to stop and reflect. We need to reflect as a society. We need to heal. We are sick. We've been sick. Our society has been sick for a long time. And if we haven't been able to come to terms with that and accept that reality, we have a lot of work to do. This is not, it should not have gotten to this point, but we are here, and now we must rise and be our best possible versions of ourselves. And I have all the confidence in the world that Pisces, there are so many good things inside of you that are going to really make a difference in this world now and even in times to come in the future. The next major arcana card is the Magician card. This is really all about you being able to manifest, and this is beautiful. This is about you being able to maintain a focus on your desires. If you're suffering financially during this time, you're struggling financially, if you can bring yourself to the place where you do truly feel abundant, you have to believe. You have to have 100% belief in the fact that you are abundant. And in doing so, and focusing and visualizing a lifestyle where you are abundant and having the feeling of being abundant is how you're going to manifest things. And right here with this card, this is a really great indication that you really are going to have a lot of manifestation powers if you choose to work with them. You also understand, as above, so below. You understand that what is happening inside of you is what is directly reflected on the outside of you. All right, so the last card here in your reading is the Four of Swords. This is real. I'm glad this came up for you, and this is a really great way to end the reading. I will read your inspirational cards. This is the last of the tarot. It's all about rest. It's all about recuperation. It's all about healing. It's all about meditation. Have some of you felt like you have been, for years, just sleepwalking through life? Do you find that the lifestyle that you have been living is truly, authentically satisfying to you? So what this is really telling me is these are things that we're going to contemplate and think about, and during this time of reflection, it's all about rebuilding our strength. I'm very much sensing Sorry guys, I'm just listening to the kiddos. They're gonna run around the yard, I think, and wear off their energies. Yeah, so this is really just, I'm hearing I need to take care of myself, and I hope that you're hearing that as well. And when you feel overwhelmed or any form of stress coming your way, I hope you hear I need to take care of myself. If there ever was a time that we all needed to take care of ourselves, it's right now. And I don't think a lot of people really understand to the degree that it is so impactful when we each take care of ourselves. It impacts the whole. So if we make ourselves our top priority right now, we are actually helping more than you can really, truly understand during this time. All right, guys, let's take a look at your inspirational messages. Oh, I have a blessing here. Let's start with that. It says divine ideas. And your blessing says, I count myself lucky to have the opportunities which surround me for intellectual fulfillment. I count with delight the ways in which my life is enriched by the resources which are at hand. So this is the divine sending you a blessing, right? Telling you how important it is to focus on your intellectual fulfillment and use whatever resources you have at your disposal at this time. Love it. All right, next card is your life wants me to be happy. This is not happening to us. This is happening for us. We deserve to live a life of true bliss. And only we can acknowledge that. No one else can do it for us. It says happiness is our natural state. Life wants you to be happy. What is life teaching you about true happiness right now? Life is teaching us about what happens to our society when we're not living authentically, our authentic selves, our authentic lives that are true to us. Everything right now is a direct reflection of the illusions that we feed each other, the masks that we've been wearing for so long, and the systems that are just not working during this time, that are kind of falling apart in order for new things to be built and to take over in the future. Finally, it says, accept yourself. And the message says, while there's a time and place for self-improvement, today's focus is on everything that's already great about you. I will say during this time, I do sense that self-esteem could gradually become an issue for Pisces. I don't know how to explain it other than I feel that you may, over time, during the isolation and having to reemerge into society, I do sense for some reason or another that you may have, not everyone, but you may have some concerns as far as your self-confidence. So it says, today's focus is on everything that's already great about you. Let go of who you think you should be and fall madly in love with who you are in this moment. Everything is really, when you put your focus in the now, you can really manifest. When you accept yourself exactly as you are, you shift from living for tomorrow to appreciating today. Accept yourself, sweetheart. Beautiful. So making yourself the first priority. If everyone in the world did that during this time, we would become so strong and so connected. All right, guys, so that's the end of your reading for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. I appreciate each and every single one of you who watch these videos. And for those of you as well who've left beautiful comments, I appreciate it. Truly, I do, from the bottom of my heart. I just wanted to say, for those of you who haven't joined this community, if you're interested, we are more than happy to have you join our community, as long as we're all polite and respectful to each other, right? And we are here to uplift, inspire, and motivate each other, and really support each other during times of need. So if that's something that interests you, please remember to click on subscribe. And everyone else who hasn't already, do me a solid, go ahead, click that like button. All right, guys, I look forward to being back with you again next week. I do hope that these very important messages have reached some of you and can be helpful in some way. And if it has, also please feel free to pass it on. Right now, the important information that is at hand that can get to as many people as possible during this specific time, that can help an individual in ways that you can't even imagine. Our simple act of sharing information can get to somebody who really needed that message. So I'm just putting that out there as well. All right, guys, take care. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Bye.